Fasten your seatbelts, because you're about to step into a true crime story so chilling that it will haunt you long after the screen fades to black. Imagine a young mother smiling in photos with her husband, unaware that the man she loves is planning an unimaginably horrific act. On a cold December day in 2017, in a small Russian town, Margarita Gracheva's world was shattered when her husband Dmitry committed a betrayal so brutal that it shocked the world. How did a fairy tale love turn into a nightmare of unimaginable violence? What drove a man to commit such a heinous act against the mother of his children? And how did Margarita find the strength to survive? This is a story of love, jealousy, and a chilling plot that will leave you speechless. Before we dive into this heartbreaking case, I need your help to keep publishing these stories. Did you know that 80% of viewers watch without subscribing? Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications are free, and support our mission to uncover the truth behind cases like these. Don't miss a single surprise. Join our true crime community now, and let's solve the terrifying story of Margarita Gracheva together. Our story unfolds in Serpukov, a sleepy town near Moscow, Russia, where life moves slowly, and secrets lurk behind closed doors. It's here that Margarita Gracheva, a bright and ambitious young woman, met Dmitry Grachev in their early 20s as university students. Their connection was electric love at first sight that burned with passion. Friends envied their chemistry, believing they were destined for a storybook life. Both shared a deep love for children and a dream of building a large, happy family. After just a year of dating, in 2012, they exchanged vows in a joyful wedding, surrounded by loved ones who saw them as the perfect couple. But as we've learned time and again, the smiles in photos can hide cracks that run deep. Margarita and Dmitry wasted no time starting their family. Within a year, Margarita gave birth to their first son, a bundle of joy who filled their modest apartment with laughter. Months later, she was pregnant again, welcoming another boy. Despite the demands of motherhood, Margarita continued her studies, juggling diaper changes and textbooks with Dmitry's encouragement. Their life wasn't lavish. Dmitry worked as a driver, and with 2 young children, money was tight. Coming from average families with no financial cushion, they lived simply, scraping by in a small apartment. They didn't need much. Their love and dreams seemed enough. In those early years, Dmitry was a devoted husband, showering Margarita with affection and proudly supporting her ambitions. But beneath his charm, there were warning signs. Dmitry's moods swung unpredictably, and he'd make chilling jokes about killing Margarita if she ever cheated. She laughed them off, trusting his love and her own fidelity. After all, she adored him. Why would she betray the father of her children? As their boys grew and started kindergarten, the financial strain intensified. Margarita, feeling like a burden, decided to take control. She landed a dream job in the marketing, an advertising department of a local newspaper. Her vibrant energy and relentless drive made her a star employee, earning promotions and a salary that outstripped Dmitry's. This shift, meant to ease their struggles, instead sowed discord. Dmitry's pride took a hit. His wife's success made him feel small. Jealousy festered, and their once warm marriage grew cold. They stopped sharing meals, laughter, or even words, living like strangers in the same home. Dmitry withdrew from their sons, neglecting his role as a father, leaving Margarita to carry the family alone. Desperate to salvage their bond, Margarita poured her heart into saving the marriage, but Dmitry's resentment only deepened. Convinced she was unfaithful, he became obsessed, scouring her phone and social media for proof of an affair. When Margarita, exhausted by his accusations, announced her intent to divorce, Dmitry brushed it off, refusing to believe she was serious. Determined, she prepared the legal documents and consulted a lawyer. This defiance pushed Dmitry into a dark spiral. One night, he found professional messages between Margarita and a male colleague, misinterpreting them as evidence of betrayal. Enraged, he kicked her awake, tore up her ID to stall the divorce, and demanded she take a lie detector test to prove her loyalty. With nothing to hide, Margarita agreed, but stood firm on ending the marriage. Dimitri's paranoia morphed into threats. He vowed to cripple her or scar her face with acid if she left. Margarita, believing the father of her children wouldn't follow through, pressed forward. But Dimitri's behavior grew more erratic. He began questioning their younger son's paternity, accusing her of infidelity, a baseless claim that solidified her resolve to escape. She demanded he move out, and to her surprise, he agreed. But as he packed, his rage erupted. He smashed her makeup, slashed her clothes, and destroyed anything that made her feel beautiful, ensuring she couldn't attract other men or go to work. Even after leaving, he stalked her, tracking her every move. On December 10, 2017, Margarita planned a visit to a beauty salon. Dimitri offered to drive her, and hoping to keep things civil for their children, she accepted. Instead, he drove her to a remote forest, pressed a knife to her throat, and demanded she confess to cheating. Heart-pounding, Margarita convinced him of her innocence, and he let her go. The next day, she reported the incident to the police, but they dismissed her, exposing the glaring gaps in Russia's domestic violence laws at the time. Margarita returned home, clinging to hope that Dimitri would calm down. On December 11, 2017, Dimitri appeared unusually calm, as if trying to mend their fractured bond. Margarita, still hoping for an amicable separation, contacted him about their children's kindergarten schedule. They dropped the boys off together, and Dimitri offered to drive her to town. Trusting him one last time, she got in the car. But instead of the city, he veered into a desolate forest. Locking the doors and seizing her phone, he revealed his chilling intent. From the trunk, he pulled out a cable tie, a hatchet, and a jar of acid. Margarita's pleas echoed through the icy woods, but Dimitri was unmoved. For over an hour and a half, he tortured her, binding her arms and methodically severing her hands with the hatchet. This wasn't a spontaneous act of rage. Dimitri had planned it meticulously, researching how to inflict maximum suffering without killing her. He crushed her right hand's bones to ensure it couldn't be saved and tied cables around her arms to slow the bleeding, wanting her to live with the pain forever. His goal was clear: to prevent her from ever touching another man or feeling beautiful again. With cold precision, Dimitri drove Margarita to a hospital, shouting, "Hurry, her hand's gone and she's losing blood." Before fleeing, doctors found her in critical condition, her left hand severed but recoverable, her right hand too mangled to save. Despite massive blood loss, Margarita's strength shone through. She begged doctors to call her mother to pick up her children from kindergarten. As they fought to save her, she whispered, "My husband did this before losing consciousness." News of the attack spread like wildfire, drawing family, media, and a stunned Serpakov community to the hospital. How could a man do this to his own wife? Dimitri surrendered to police, confessing without a shred of remorse. He believed Margarita's betrayal justified his actions and even declared he'd never apologize. A psychiatric evaluation confirmed his sanity, revealing a calculated predator, not a man driven by impulse. His past painted a grim picture: expelled from school for torturing animals and raised by a father jailed for gang-related murder. His mother, testifying in court, claimed she raised him with love and blamed Margarita for provoking him, a defense all too common in such cases. The Leicester Crown Court acted swiftly, sentencing Dimitri to 14 years in prison and stripping him of parental rights. Many, including Margarita's supporters, argued the punishment was too lenient for such a barbaric act. Miraculously, the cold weather preserved Margarita's severed left hand, allowing doctors to reattach it with 25% functionality. Her right Hand, however, was amputated. Her family launched a crowdfunding campaign, raising funds to send her to Germany for a state-of-the-art prosthetic arm worth millions, though it requires costly replacements every 2 years. Margarita's resilience is awe-inspiring. She's rebuilding her life, but the scars, physical and emotional, remain. This tale of love twisted into horror exposes the dangers lurking in plain sight. What do you think? Could 14 years ever be enough for Dimitri's cruelty? How does Margarita's strength inspire you? Share your thoughts below. If this story gripped you, like, comment, and subscribe with notifications on for more heart-pounding true crime tales. Let's keep the conversation alive. Stay safe and see you in the next video.